Welcome to another episode of Everything Southeast Minnesota. Today I'm here with the owner, creator of Jersey Joe's, Joseph. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Jersey Joe's and what you do here?
Well, we offer a Philly cheesesteak, kind of East Coast style. I know my Chicago folks, they always think of Italian beef, but they look exactly the same, but I'm a little privy to my East Coast style, right? They're not aware, right? We kind of opened this up 8 years ago. Not definitely what I came to Rochester for. I came to Rochester as an engineer with IBM, but through life happening, I ended up opening this up 8 years ago, and been hitting the ground running ever since.
Yeah. No, really popular place, especially with the food truck and everything like that. And they deliver, which is huge. So definitely take advantage of that. Can you describe to us kind of the journey of why Jersey Joe's? Why'd you wind up in this location? How that came to be part of the food scene in Rochester?
It's kind of funny because when I left IBM and I worked for another engineering firm at the time for about a year, I decided to say, hey, listen, I want to better secure my future. And really the only way to do that is to own business for myself. Right? And at the time it was, if I went into engineering and all that, I'd have to come back to school, give my a lot of legwork that I just didn't want to do at the time. And I looked around at the landscape of food here, and it definitely was really bland, not diverse at all, right? So in 2015, when we opened this up, we were like, hey, we want to give something to the community that didn't exist. There was another cheesesteak place there, but I think it was more like a grilled chicken steak sandwich, but not really what I call cheesesteak. So we did the legwork. We brought everything. We lined everything up to come from the East Coast to bring everything. And then we went out there and sought after our dream to get it open, which was an uphill battle, higher than what I ever thought it would be. We ended up in this location by the blessing of God, because at the time we just wanted to open up,
right? And
we didn't care where we wanted to open up because we didn't know anybody. Right. But this opened up by sheer chance. The business that was in here was starting to go under, and we walked in and relieved them of their burden, and it's been a blessing to us ever since.
Yeah, that's awesome. Tell us what inspired you to focus specifically on authentic cheesesteak. Why that? I know.
Well, where I grew up, these are like on every corner, right? And it was something that was intricate to my past, right? Relatively easy to prepare, low overhead, and who doesn't like a cheesesteak, right? And we try to open it up a little bit by putting chicken on the menu, chicken cheesesteaks, chicken wings, what have you, because there are some people that don't eat meat. And we also opened it up a little further because we have a veggie option, okay? So my vegetarians, please come see me. I have a veggie option. And for my gluten-free folks, I found that out as I was here, we even have an option for them, cheesesteak fried, they can order cheesesteak without the bread. So we try to hit all the different points of what the people here. And again, like I said, who doesn't like a cheesesteak? But when you leave the East Coast, you quickly find that the authenticity of cheesesteaks disappears. So to open up an authentic Philly cheesesteak here in Minnesota is like an icon. That's what it's been. Because with my location here, I get tons of travelers every day. They're constantly saying, "Oh man, cheesesteak, nah, I can't be real."
Right.
I tell them, I say, "Oh, have a seat, try it," and I have a going offer. If you don't think it's authentic, then don't pay for it. I've never not had somebody pay for it.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's really great to bring something back with you. Or you couldn't find it here, so you made it. Exactly, right? That's wonderful. So as the owner of Jersey Joe's, what are some of your short-term goals and ultimately your long-term goals?
Well, when I first got into this, I did not get into it with the idea that I was going to be here from open to close. I thought, hey, let's not open a place, be able to hire a team and a manager and just check the numbers and, check on the growth of things, Well, I was, greatly mistaken, What I found in order to run a successful business, I gotta be here a lot, And short term, we're trying to build a good staff in any kind, okay? With a good staff, I can actually grow. Long term, I'd like to open up several more locations, okay? in several areas. I kind of want to follow like the college scene, because I think cheesesteaks are marketable with anybody, but definitely in a younger age group. I have employees and college kids, we're going to eat, all the time.
So all the time.
So,
So Joe, from your perspective, what is it that makes a cheesesteak authentic or not authentic? Like people that are coming from there, they're like, no, this isn't that. What is it?
So for me, it's definitely got to be the bread. You got to start with the bread. Okay? There's something about bread on the East. I don't know if the water that it's made with or the ingredients or what have you, but there's a big difference between bread from the East Coast versus bread that's made in the Midwest. Now, not anything in the Midwest. It's just for a cheesesteak, that's one of the biggest components. Okay. And then second would be the meat. Okay, the meat. You can't really have a huge hulking chunk of meat, right? I mean, a cheesesteak's not made where you sit down with a knife and a fork, right? Okay, it's kind of, it's hand food. You want to get in there, you invite in for a conversation, enjoy it, and not cook it down, okay? So the meat's got to have a good quality. It's got to be thin, but then get flavorful, and it's got to be on a very good quality, okay? And to me, those are the needed two components. Now we add a little flavor to it. We offer an array of ingredients that you can add. But if you get the bread and meat wrong, pretty much all the bad stuff.
Right. Well, now I got to ask the follow-up. Design your cheesesteak.
Cool. I'm glad you asked that. So for me, I'm always going to suggest a cheddar, right? So where I come from, it's either cheddar, which they call cheese whiz back home, but it's kind of properly made, right? But it's still just cheddar, right? Or provolone. I'm more biased to the cheddar because it has more finesse, more bang to it, okay? Provolone, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's, to me, we put enough meat on there that it hides the cheese. Provolone, right? You have the stringiness of it, but you don't really have the flavor of the bread. Now, in the perfect world, throw both of them, cheddar and provolone. That's the both worlds, okay? I like my peppers, mushrooms, and onions, lettuce, tomatoes, and spicy, okay? And there's something about adding the banana peppers that I learned, because I didn't know this before. Banana peppers kind of contrast with my sweet pickles. Just add to that. So I say, throw it all on there, my wife has deemed it, called it Joe style, I go with it,
Yeah.
So.
Is that on the menu?
It is.
Joe style?
Well, no, we walk in and say we want Joe style, we know exactly what it is.
Perfect. Good.
Well, maybe I should add it to me.
For people that can't decide, Joe style.
Right.
There you go.
Hey, well, hold on, I'm not going to pay him royalties for that.
Going trademark.
Yeah, see?
Tell us a little bit more about you. What are your personal interests, your hobbies? What do you do outside of running the best cheesesteak in Rochester?
Well, I'm a family man. Okay, I have 3 sons and a wife, and I want to shine light on them, and I can't shine enough because without them, there wouldn't be no difference. They enabled me to follow a passion. They were here since day one. They're still here now. I have 2 sons that have since gone to college. We've all gone to Tuskegee University. I got one that graduated. He's currently in the PhD program at Vanderbilt, mechanical engineering. I have another one that's currently enrolled at Tuskegee University in mechanical engineering. And I have a 15-year-old that's at John Marshall trying to figure out what he wants to do. But all of them have played key and still play key roles in the business. Right? Without them, just don't make it. Okay? So outside of being a family man, that I'm a husband, and I'm a husband all the time. Working with your significant other has a whole lot of challenges, and but we learn to work it out. So if you come in sometimes and it looks like we are not talking to each other, but we're not. We're doing a social argument that everybody's out there, but we're getting better at it. We're getting better at it. And then I just got into hunting. I haven't got anything yet, but I do like venison, and I got a number of deer in my backyard, so trying to figure that out.
Just got into it myself. First time.
Really?
Yeah.
Got one.
Yeah.
Man, so I just bought a crossbow like a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
And I'm trying to, I got it already, but every time I get home, I run home at almost dusk because you only got a half hour after sunset to get something and a half hour before sunrise. So, I'm not a morning person, I ain't out there. But I'm gonna get one because last night I got this big buck in the backyard.
Really?
He was there when I got home, looking at me. And I went out there because it was dark, so we kind of stared each other down.
Right.
He's smarter than me because he knows when to come out.
Yeah. Wait, right there. All right, going a little strange. If you could create a dream cheesesteak, no limitations, any ingredient you want, what's up?
You know, it's interesting. I got introduced to a seafood cheesesteak back home in Canada, and I had never had it. You know, so I like that. It's kind of cool. We thought about bringing it here, but you know, it scares me on the sheer cost, right? Because you're talking about shrimp and fish that's in there, a little bit of crab meat. You know, it's an idea that we kicked around a couple of times. You know, but if I had to build a dream one, you know, it would be a cheesesteak comprised of white fish or flounder, some jumbo shrimp, some garlic butter on there, a little bit of cheese. You know, so definitely a little outside the box from what I'm offering, but very good, very good.
Interesting. It seems like something you would get on the coast.
Yeah,
And not so much in the middle of Minnesota.
yeah. When Minnesota or the Midwest, I really know with seafood.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of good shrimp there. Shrimp and lakes. All right, so imagine Jersey Joe's was a character in a movie. How would you describe its personality, and what kind of movie would it be featured on?
You know, if I had to feature Jersey Joe's as a character, I think I would have a stern but yet funny personality, right? You know, I guess I'd be more like, we were like Scooby-Doo. I grew up watching Scooby-Doo.
Right.
You know, I wouldn't be Shaggy and I wouldn't be Scooby-Doo. I'd probably be a mix between Velma and Shaggy. You know, Velma was real serious. She got her things done. That's Jersey Joe's, just get her things done. But in the midst of getting it done, there's a whole lot of goofing off that we do, right? But the goofing off is what it makes it fun, right?
Yep.
It builds the memories, right? So in 8 years, it flew by. And in 8 years, I can think about all the people I met, all the people I grew with, you know, and things of that nature. But we had a lot of fun, you know? But we got business done because we're still here in 8 years, you know? So definitely something like that. You know? Although I can think of some horror flicks too, but try to stay away from those.
Killer cheesesteak. Those are the ones from the other coast. Any other questions you want me to ask here or wrap up?
You know, my biggest thing is, you know, I want everybody to know that, you know, we're family owned and how do I say it, customer driven, okay? So what does it mean? It means every time you come in here, unless I know you from off the top of my head, we treat you just like it's your first time, okay? And we want everybody to feel welcome, you know? All too often nowadays we get caught up just as a number in a pile, and personality goes away, you know? To me, as a consumer, a personal touch is what drives me to come back, you know? We try to make sure everybody has a great experience, okay? That you get your money's worth, you know? There's only so much that I can shave off prices, but I can throw a lot more on there, you know? We started using a coleslaw this time, and people really like the coleslaw, so we're now offering out in larger sizes. We're trying to get our sauces bottled because people have been dying for sauce, and they've asked me to bottle it. But it's kind of, it's a lot of work, right? Trying to run a restaurant and trying to expand things out. People don't understand it, but they're good things, right? People like it, people are wanting it, so we're trying to get it there. We offer delivery, and we deliver up until a half hour before we close. So we're open 6 days out the week. My wife convinced me that 7 days was a bad idea. And she was right. She was very right. My wife is most of the time right, you know. But when you first start out, you know, you got bills to pay, right? You think about it as we go. Really just come by and see us and make it for yourself, you know. I love the reviews we get, but, you know, don't base your visit off a review. Come in, walk in, you know. You walk by and get so many people say, hey, I've been going by for years and I never stop. Stop. See how it is? Yeah. I think we're the best kept secret in Rochester. And I don't know why.
Gotta change that.
Yeah.
Gotta change that. Amazing place. Check it out. But Joe, thank you.
Hey,
thank you
thank
for
you.
taking the time to be with me.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna get some food.
All right.
Joe's Way. Trademark.
Yeah.
And go from there. Thanks.